All right, we're back in the shop. And today, in this video, we're gonna fix the blaring issue with this truck. Chevy wheels. Why am I running Chevy wheels? Because that's the axle that I had laying around. It's just, it had disc on it. It's the G80 lockup, whatever, rear end. And I could use a stock drive shaft and just have it cut down and run it. It's been great, it's been fun. It let me know, kind of where I wanted to be with gearing on an axle. It's also time to go. So in this one, we're gonna fix that. Now here's the issue with fixing this rear end. I don't mind this rear end. It's not the best by any means, but it has a good drive ratio that you can cruise down the road with. The only issue is that it's 6-lug and it looks goofy, which I don't mind that it looks goofy, but you can't get cool wheels on a 6-lug, not for this. So I could spend a bunch of money and I could go buy a custom something or another, a Ford 9-inch and whatever. But I want to maintain I want to get back to the 4.5 on 5-lug. So of course, what anybody does, you get a Ford 8.8. That's gonna do it. That's gonna allow us to run 355s on this tire. That'll run us at 71 mile an hour at 2200 RPM, and we'll be able to match some wheels. So let's get into it. Here we go. We've got a new gasket. Got a very basic diff cover because I'm not off-roading, so it doesn't really matter. Just a stamped little thin guy, but it'll work. I'm gonna add just a little bit of RTV, some good red stuff, and I think it'll be fine. With this gasket, it's a little bit better one, so we shouldn't really need too much. If it's a cheaper gasket, you might, throw a good 1/4-inch bead on there. But with this one, we should just be just fine. So we're gonna add a little bit to it and stick this thing on. I've already cleaned up this whole surface, so we should be good to go. We'll get this on, let it sit for a little bit, and then we'll crank her down. All right, now that we've waited a little while, we're gonna go ahead and just give this a little crisscross at, it says 20 to 25 foot-pounds, so I don't know, probably settle on 22, and we'll get this thing sealed up. We'll add some fluid. Oh, good. I'm gonna scratch all the paint off of that, so that's good. But yeah, we'll add a little fluid to this guy, and this is gonna be done. No further work needed. All right, there's that. Always undo your torque wrench, of course. But yeah, that's it. There's no filling hole on this side, so we gotta go around the front, take the plug out, and I think I have some gear oil ready for it. So yeah, we're gonna fill that up next. All right, so I decided that it would be easier to pull the bed to really do this thing right, which is tough because I have to do that by myself. So I'm gonna do a little time lapse. We'll see how you kind of accomplish that. I start with taking the tank, the fuel tank out of the bed, I got my lines out, I got my wires disconnected. I'm gonna use the frame inside this. I'm going to pick it with the engine hoist and hopefully set it on this dolly that I made before. And once it's on there, I can push it over here out of the way. And it should make this a lot easier. So here we go. So we have an update. Unfortunately, everything that I did to this rear end doesn't matter. The Crown Vic axles, the later ones, I didn't realize that this was that late. It's they're a lot wider. So we have like a 70-inch wide axle from wheel mounting surface to wheel mounting surface. Now, being that it's like 70 inches, I just cannot, I can't use this axle. It sucks because it's kind of what I wanted, but that's okay. It's a Ford 8.8, they're everywhere. Which brings me to this guy. This is an 8.8 out of a Lincoln Mark 7. Now, it's a lot narrower at like 62 inches, so that's good. It's still a 355, which is great. The only issue is the brakes. The brakes are really good. They're oversized, which is awesome because this still has the like brake distribution block for drums, which means it's like a 60/40. So it actually gives less pressure to the rear. So I think with oversized rear brakes, yada yada, I think it'll about work out. It doesn't much matter. I don't care too much. This thing doesn't have to stop that hard. The fronts are fine. So, that being said, we're gonna run this. The biggest issue though is also the brakes. So, while they're good and oversized and powerful, they're also really hard to find, really expensive, and they're about a week out. So I'm waiting on that. I'm gonna stuff this thing under the truck and we're gonna roll with it. It kind of is what it is. All of the stuff that I did to the first axle, cleaning it up, new cover, new fluid, all the stuff, I did it to the new axle. So we're good to go. All right, we're back in the shop. We got some progress made, not the most progress, but we're getting there. Axle's in, hard brake lines are in, brakes are bled. We got some exhaust work to do. We got the drive shaft fixed up. Let's go check that out. So my drive shaft almost fit, but I needed it to be a little bit longer, so I bought a slip yoke for lifted trucks. So that gives me just enough extra to where I can actually hook this guy up. So let's see, we've got some hard brake lines here. My brother come out and helped me get this stuff routed. So other than that, we've got some plugs I want to finish for the wiring so that the wires are not just hardwired. Everything's a disaster in here, so don't, you know, that's how this stuff goes. But I want to do some electrical stuff, and I also want to change my hangers to where the hangers are over top the mufflers, because I'm not sure I don't know why I ran them like that, but holds things at a weird angle, and I haven't had anything crack or act weird because of any stress, but I'm gonna go ahead and fix that. Now here's what the entire goal of this was. Here we have first wheel and tire that I got off Marketplace. I ran that for about 6 miles until the truck blew up. Then I had Chevy wheels, which was what I run last year. Those are, I don't know, 265s with 18s, which not bad, proof of concept, like I said. But here's my new ones. We got some fresh American Racing 10-inch wides with some 285 40s. These things are beefy. So should work out just right. Should be just fine. So it's gonna look pretty gnarly. Those things stuffed up under here. I have just enough room, I think, to make them work. The tires overall are probably 11.5 inches wide, and I think inside the fender well of the Dodge bed is about 13. So had to run some 1/2-inch spacers, which are on that one. And I think it just about works out. I'm not sure yet, but we're gonna mess with some wiring and the exhaust. All right, as you can see, the Dodge is done, mostly. Still waiting on the drive shaft. So can't do much with that for now. But most of the wiring's hooked back up. I gotta fix one little deal, but I added some connectors, which is gonna make it to where I could actually pull the bed off without disconnecting all of the wiring, which is huge. That'll be really nice. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to do a little mini tub. There's a truck in the local scrapyard that I'm gonna go steal the fender wells out of this weekend so I can extend it out maybe a little bit. But for now, Dodge is done. So we're gonna do my other favorite thing in the shop, which is make breakfast. You can have all the tools in the world in your garage, but if you don't have a Blackstone, what are you doing, you know? That's ridiculous. So, do a little potato, breakfast burrito. I'm not really sure. I got some stuff from making quesadillas the other day, and I think I'm gonna come up with an impromptu breakfast burrito. So that's gonna be it. And the next one, we'll probably get this thing back on the road. Maybe take us a first test drive. But like I said, I'm waiting on this drive shaft, finish up a wiring, might do a little mini tub on the way, or you know, in the meantime. So, you know, that's it. It was fun. Glad to have a different axle under it, but we'll see if this thing proves to be as reliable as, you know, what it was last year with this new axle. So anyway, stay tuned. Thanks for watching.